Fine.
So Peg and I chose to work on ideas for a classroom.
Okay.
And let's see, I don't have any of my stuff set. Oh, yes, I do. Should we just go every other one, kind of explaining why we want each one, Peg?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the
To our wiki.
And actually,
Oh,
Peg,
here
I
it
don't know
is.
if you guys can maybe sit.
Should I just come over
Since
there?
we're
Yeah.
gathering the camera up closer here,
Okay.
if we can have you together so Christian can see both of you.
Okay.
That would be great.
Okay.
So we just created a list of features that we
Okay.
thought would be important to have in our classroom. One idea was to have lots of natural light, and then more on the techie side would be to have some really durable window shades that could come down and also be like projection screens or display spaces. Because I find that in my room, I love the fact that I now have a lot of windows, but then it takes away display space. So try to make that multi-purpose.
Love it.
And we
sorry, I
put
did that one.
emphasis on the word durable because
Okay.
kids have to be able to put them up and down.
Okay. There's,
And
Your
then,
sound stuff, right?
oh yeah, my sound stuff. Then we would have movable sound absorbance zones to facilitate small groups because sound is such an issue when kids are working together. And
Okay.
I remember once at the World Fair several centuries ago, going through this exhibit where there was like jazz music playing and you went through this doorway and on the other side there was a symphony playing and you couldn't hear from one to the other. In fact, your ears just felt funny in the middle of it. It was just like tiling and stuff around the
Sure.
to make that complete sound block. And so we'd want some, we don't know how it would happen, but we'd want
Right.
we want movable sound blocks so we could block off this corner of the room for that group or this corner of the room to do something. Yet they'd all be physically in the same space, but they could work without bothering each other.
okay.
For furniture, we want some seating that promotes physical activity. We want tables that are height adjustable that kids can work around. They could have their laptop or things on the tables. They would have wheels, but also lock into place. I want to get kids out of chairs as much as possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or at least into some chairs that are okay for them.
Sure. Wheelchairs, great. Letting kids. And what age? Remind me, what age group are you two assuming, based on what you're doing? Is it middle school, high school, elementary, or
Late elementary. Peggy does everything, and I do 6th grade in an elementary school.
Okay. And again, remind me, was this the media lab or the classroom?
This is the classroom.
Classroom. Sorry, okay.
They may use our idea, though. We'll let them.
No, that's okay. There's Venn diagrams. So for elementary school learners. Okay. All right. Great. So we have natural light with the window screens, but I like durable and movable sound absorbing configurations, materials, what you call sound blocks, which is exciting. Height adjustable tables, various size surfaces, wheelchairs, letting kids move. So the central thesis is let kids move and work in multiple ways.
Yes.
And one of the ways we imagine that is tables that go up and down and chairs that go side to side. So what's nice about that is being able to delineate what the vision or goal is, and then knowing that the chairs with wheels is one tactical solution. Because usually what we do as people is we go, I want chairs with wheels, and then we defend it with a reason. And often that's how we get caught in being really kind of focused on one type of solution, and we can't be adjustable over time. Usually in your case, I think it works both ways, but I like being able to see both the thesis and the spirit of it, plus a tactical application. Because sound block is a really neat idea. But what's compelling is the fact that you want zones, different sort of acoustic zones, if you would. And there are lots of ways that can be solved, or maybe that can't be solved, but it's a nice way of articulating.
Did you want to go with your...
The tables would also be movable. I don't know if you know
Okay.
that.
Yep.
And lockable and adjustable height. Everything is just totally movable.
Sure.
All right. The next thing we would we would have a performance area in the classroom that would be a stage that would rise out of the floor, or we could put it down, and we could have it in sections so it could be different sizes, but so that the students could present their things in a stage setting.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Just a roll. I'm writing on the Etherpad right now all the things you're saying, so that way it keeps my brain focused. Adjustable for various sizes and Activities, presentation. Okay, terrific.
Would be Wi-Fi, some kind of mobile devices for the kids, for the teacher.
Okay. Okay, terrific.
We would have along 2 walls of the room probably storage units that could also be used as display centers. So the doors would also be display space. But
Very nice.
storage space is such a big thing when you're
I
working
will
with-
tell you, I'm certainly not the only one to make this claim, but if you were to interview 1,000 elementary school teachers, storage would be number one on their list. Everything else follows storage. And it's an interesting dynamic when you talk, because teachers of younger ages tend to be incredible pack rats, and I mean that in a good way, because they never know what they need. You know, they get a good deal on styrofoam, so they put a bunch there. They have a million little animals, plastic animals, and storage, more space plus storage is always what they want, then everything else they'll listen to. But if they don't get that, and you know, we're moving into a day and age where certainly in terms of like the traditional data, we don't need filing cabinets. We don't need books in the same manner. So, you know, toys, manipulables, art supplies, you know, those are different than, say, what would have been book and paper-based in the past. And then when we start to explore the idea that you might have communities or neighborhoods or advisory-based arrangements. So you might have a shared storage with everything that any first, second, third grade teacher could possibly want, one big room. And then each space can be smaller and not so sort of material-centric. And instead, it's a matter of, but that's different. You know, most teachers don't operate that way because they've never been able to. But if a school could set that up, that means storage becomes, you know, the idea that it could double as display is really intriguing to me. So I love when something can serve more than one purpose. Because one, it's more beautiful that way if done well. Frankly, it's more rational financially. So that's a good thing. So